All right, let's stop logic right now.
Yo, ready to go. What's your name?
Yo. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the damn podcast. Yo, it's fucking Miles, dude. It's fucking Miles. How you doing, Garnett? How are you fucking doing?
I'm Garnett.
What's the weather like? What's the weather like? What's the weather like in your room?
70 degrees. 70 degrees.
Yeah,
What's the weather?
yeah. Fucking me too, dude. Fucking me too. Yo, if for anybody that doesn't know, we had some serious fucking problems getting to this fucking point right now. We already recorded like 15 fucking minutes. All right. Anyways.
Yeah, we got deep, and then we had to restart. So we're just gonna kind of like get you up to speed on what we've already done.
Yes.
So the last week. Last week,
we asked each other to listen to some fucking songs, dude.
Thank you.
All right. And I asked Garnett, can't keep it together. I asked Garnett if he could listen to the song by this dude named Silk Money from Divine Council. These motherfuckers that make good songs and shit around his bitch. All right. And it's the song called My Partner Them. Yeah.
My Partner Them.
What'd you think of the song, G? What'd you think? He didn't like it, y'all. He didn't fucking like it. That's what happened.
It was all right.
No.
All right. I thought it was
a whole toothbrush. We had a whole toothbrush bit in the last one. It was funny.
Fuck. Basically, I didn't like it very much. I just thought, at this point, rap just doesn't hit me the way it should. And,
a little rambunctious.
I think it was just too goddamn much. It was too goddamn much. And he spelled everything. I don't like that much spelling.
Spelling was a main theme. It felt like we were at the damn spelling bee.
We might have to put the old part of this in there, just so they know what the fuck we're talking about.
It might be in the audio version.
Maybe, yeah. We'll figure something out. It's not going to be this ratchet throughout. Shout out RVA, shout out Divine Council.
Shout out Divine Council.
Shout out the whole city.
DMV.
But it just wasn't for me. Shout out the DMV. Shout out the squad.
Yeah.
Not for me. Not my track.
Nope.
How about you, bro? What did you think of?
And then he asked me to listen to a song, and it was a song called
I Wish You Roses by Callie Rose.
By Callie Uchis. Callie Uchis, sorry. I got you.
I accidentally just said a porn star's name.
This take two is absolutely crazy. But we're in for the ride, and so are you. We're staying right here with you, okay?
We're too far. We're in already.
All right.
We're
I thought the song was very good beside the album that we listened to, like I said last time.
Sounds good with the album.
It was very lush. The song was dope, dude. The freaking vocal chain they got, that Callie Uchis vocal chain is sick. Boom. There you go.
Banger. Vocals in the background were on the same chain as well. It didn't seem like they didn't really change much. It seemed like they was the whole thing, same thing throughout, which I thought was a little peculiar, but it slapped nonetheless.
It's pretty cool.
New tracks for next week. I recommend to you Do You Like Me by Daniel Caesar. Sorry, black people everywhere.
You said some uncool fucking shit on Instagram,
he was
bro.
canceled. He said some really wild, extra, uncool shit on Instagram, and I do not stand by the things he said, but I do stand by good music, and that is a good goddamn song. So, Do You Like Me by Daniel Caesar is the song for next week.
Right. You pick a public enemy, and I'll pick somebody who just got praised in public. Samara Joy just won the Grammy for the best new artist of the year. All right, her name is Samara Joy, Samara. Yeah,
Joy.
And the name of the song is called It's fucking called "Can't Get Out of This Mood." Can't get out of this.
Can't
mood.
get out of this mood. Can't get out of this
mood.
mood.
Yeah, and the album is called "Linger a While," and it's different. It's different kind of music. You got to remember, bro. We're in the 20s now.
The 20s, like 2010s or 2020s?
Like the 2020s, the 2020.
Okay, got it.
We in the 2020. We in the 2020.
Yeah. We're far. Dude, my mic is so loud. Fuck. Sorry for anyone who's been listening to this and wincing, but just turn it down a little bid. Yeah, we're gonna woof. Barreling on through. What was your what'd you think of the album?
Yo,
man?
what album did we listen to this week, bro? What fucking album did we listen to this week?
We listened to we listened to Stuck on Stranded by SZA.
That's right. Sipping on Scissor by SZA. He's laughing because that's the same joke I made last time. And I'm repeating it because I liked it so much.
It was a good one. It definitely hit the bottom of my soul.
SOS
what did you think
SZA.
of the album, brother? What did you think of the album? Did you like it?
Overall, I like the album, dude. You know what I mean? She's making beautiful music. You know how SZA does. I mean, dude, I like the album. You know what I mean? It's a good piece of work. But you know, I mean, bro, time is money.
It's too fucking long.
You know what I mean? I mean, that shit is like a feature presentation.
It's an hour and 8 minutes, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little farther.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to that.
I like the album as well. It's amazing musically. I think the sound of the album is great. I love it as a piece of music. As a whole, good album. I'll give it a check. You know, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. It's good.
I feel like you said, it did kind of drag on. And I have some beef with the lyrics, but we'll get to that a little later.
I have beef. I have beef with the structure. That's my that's my only real bone to pick with the album. But anyways, as you said, we'll get into the meat and the bones.
We'll tap into that. Yeah. We'll get in the meat. We'll get to the meat of that. Favorite track, bro? What's your favorite track?
Okay, yeah. So I think that the album is long enough so we can go ahead and chop it into quarters or thirds at least.
Cut it into 16ths if you wanted to.
So okay, all right. So now we got that out of the way. I can now say that
barreling on.
I have favorite songs from the different parts of the album. Sure. I think in the first third, I think that Blind takes the cake. I mean, Blind might be one of the best songs off the whole thing. I think the choice not to use percussion in that shit was sweet. Yeah. My second favorite song was fucking Smoking on My X-Pac. Yeah, that one's fly. That takes the second, third. And then
real swaggy.
A little rappy, a little swaggy. And then the early third quarter, third, is the Conceited. I really like Conceited.
Beat is vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe in general.
Yeah.
100%.
A lot of the tracks off this shit has the beats go crazy. The beats go down. What are your favorite tracks, bro? What are your favorite genres?
No, absolutely. That's kind of one of the things that I've noticed about this album. It's very, very drum heavy and very kind of she's using a lot of rap based influence, and I know she's always been a big fan of rap. I mean, obviously her name is SZA. Riffing off of RZA and RZA from the Wu-Tang.
That's why they got
Clizzy.
the Old Dirty Bastard on the end. They got the feature from Old Dirty Bastard.
ODB. Yeah, she was hype about clearing that one. So yeah, I love Blind, man. Blind is my favorite. It just feels like a beautiful song. I YouTube, you know.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
You know
I mean,
when you
bro,
run YouTube.
yeah. Yeah, YouTube. Yes.
You know when you were younger and you had to put the YouTube in your pocket and walk around, you had to play the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? No, that's how I did it for the live version on SNL for like a week.
Because the song doesn't exist anywhere else. Because the junk is only live and shit. So
that was it. It was only live for a little bit, and it felt magic. It felt magical for a little bit. I really loved that song. And I'm not a big fan of like acoustic songs.
Like percussionless jams.
Not even percussionless, just acoustic jams. It makes me feel a little cheesy.
Yeah.
But this one just felt very organic and beautiful, and I really love it.
She jammed it.
She jammed that straight
up. For sure.
Favorite moments from the album. Now this is all new stuff right here. This is new.
We're in new territory now. All right. My favorite moments from the fucking album, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I really, really digged all of the like. Okay, there were a couple songs where she would pitch, or I should say, the production team would pitch down her voice at the end of the song and do like a wrap up kind of thing, like a bridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think when they did that, that was really cool. That song "Low" I think is cool because it's like pretty different than her usual shit, but also at the same time, it's hard for me to listen to that song because it's pretty much a Travis Scott song.
Okay, I don't know.
I would be curious to see who are writers on each track. You know what I mean? Also,
For sure,
how'd you like that? How'd you like that Jacob Collier feature, my boy?
What did you say?
How did you like that Jacob Collier feature?
Is he on the album?
My dude.
Where's he at?
Oh, he's a writer. He's a writer on Good Days, my boy. That's him. You listened to him and you liked it. Yeah, you did. You liked it.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. I bet you he had a lot to do with it musically too. You know, the whole sound of that song.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, considering he's one of the writers, I mean,
we'll consider it. Wow. That gave me chills, man. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Shout out Jacob Collier. Collier.
I'll go with Collier. I don't know though, for real, but maybe it's Collier, like a collie. I don't fucking know, dude.
Maybe. Shout out to him and his fingers.
The Phoebe Bridgers feature was really fucking cool. I thought that was a really cool fucking moment. And the last song was like the gotta rap for SZA. Because Absol had the well, we haven't gotten to that album yet, but Absol has a song on the end of his album called Gotta Rap, and it's like this song with Old Dirty Bastards, like the sister song to that. It's weird.
I like that idea.
Yeah. How about you? What are your favorite moments?
I'm gonna say, this might sound really corny, but I stopped giving a fuck about that a little bit ago. I guess not fully because I mentioned it, but hearing her grandmother on the album. So I don't know if you've heard Control. Have you heard Control, the first album?
Yeah, definitely.
Her grandmother was spliced throughout in a way that was just like foundational to the album. And in this one, we still got grandma. And as someone who lost their grandmother kind of recently, it feels really nice to hear someone's grandma. It just felt felt nice.
That's what song was that? Because I missed that completely. I don't know how.
She's on there a few times throughout the album.
Really?
Just like sprinkled through. Yeah.
Well, then I must have heard it and not known what it was.
Yeah, it was grandma. But it was just like cool to hear her voice. It felt like hearing an old friend because I've heard that album, the Control album, so many times.
I'm right there with you, dude. And that sentiment and that feeling, I'm right there with you, bro. For real.
Yeah. It felt nice. Felt nice. Shout out to all the grandmas worldwide.
Hell yeah. Keep doing y'all thing. Thing, bro.
Call your grandma.
Hell yeah.
Favorite mixing moment.
For you. Okay. My favorite mixing moment. Bum. I do have a comment though. She's like the hook queen. SZA,
the hooks are amazing throughout.
SZA is like the hook queen, bro. Like legit, man, for real.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna go with Blind when they pitch up on the bridge where they pitch her voice up.
Yeah.
I know I just said pitch like 100 times, but yeah.
It's cool. No, and throughout that throughout the chorus of that, her voice is going from really deep to really high on a background layer.
Oh man.
On the chorus. And
yeah, dude.
Fucking crazy to me that they can do that. It's kind of like, you remember when Kendrick was doing the really low voice to really high voice somewhere on Damn?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it never switches key, which is fucking peculiar to me because I don't understand.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy.
Doesn't make any goddamn sense to me, but whatever. I'm not.
Shout out to Ali, man.
To do it. Oh, I don't even know if that was Ali, boss. At this point, they've all started spreading out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that was Ali, man. We need to find out who that was, actually.
Who is the mixing engineer? That's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out who's the mixing engineer, bro. I swear. Gotta be Ali.
You think it was Ali? Put $1 on it, bro.
No. I'm not betting you anymore. I'm not doing that again. No.
Come on, bro.
It's just
no. $1.
Time is money.
Let me it's still pulling up on my fucking computer.
Well, I got it. I'm trying to find it right now. Look. The thing about the album that I think one of the big things that I think about the album that I wanted to say 100 fucking times when I was listening to it is why like, this is my bone to pick with the structure or whatever. Why is the fucking things that are in the back, like in the front of the album, a lot of the songs feel like they should be hitting harder than they do. You know what I mean? And
you feel like they're turned down or something? Like they're quiet?
It feels like they're building to... No, I feel like they're building to something and they never actually get there. That's what I feel like.
Do you mean conceptually or do you mean musically? Like, how do you mean?
Musically. Musically, sonically, it feels form-wise. Like, for a song, it feels like it should build... It's building somewhere. And there's so many mixing engineers on this. John Castelli... Manny American. Let me try and look up the actual song.
Yeah, I got it here. The engineer is Rob Bissell. Assistant engineers are Katie Harvey, Noah McCorkle, and Robert N. Johnson. Mastering engineer is Dale Becker. Mixing engineer is Rob Bissell. Ali won't nowhere near this room, bro. That's crazy.
This is the album after Control. This is her album after Control.
Yeah.
Or it's a follow up to it.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is the beginning feels like I don't know, dude. It just feels like a lot of the songs are building to somewhere. They don't quite actually get there. But then at the end, you're having these like hard ass beats. Like the last 6 songs, all the beats are like, what the fuck is going on? These things are hard. Like, why aren't they in the front? But as somebody who is already a SZA fan, I can get through the entire album and not have a problem. But somebody who is not a SZA fan and is just getting into her might get a little ear fatigue by the time they get to like, you know, like 45 minutes through. But, you know, I don't know, with the current climate, with everybody, you know, with their attention spans, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Art wise, I can see why she would do something like that though, because you gotta say what you gotta say, you know.
I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Feels like it could be more concise. I don't know.
I get that. My favorite mixing moment.
Right. Yes. Sorry. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. My bad. I apologize.
Wee bit.
Yeah.
Good.
Sorry there, bud.
Is the beginning of Good Days, the panning on that little sound.
Dude, I wrote that down too. Oh, man.
And it tickles both sides of my cheeks. Both sides. Love that shit. Shout out Jacob Collier. And then, you know, I could have gone the rest of my life without knowing that, boss. And the next great moment for me were the overall background vocals were amazing.
Oh my God.
And the way that they were mixed were magical. Yeah. I think my favorite instance of this would be the bridge on Kill Bill. Where it goes, ooh, and it's just like stupid. And I want to also say for everybody listening, if you want to know what I'm talking about, go to the bridge on Kill Bill, but go to their YouTube, go to TDE's YouTube and find the version with just her vocals. They released a solely vocal track. Then you can hear only the vocals, and it just sounds fucking magical.
I bet you that shit is magic. I have not
it's
seen
insane,
that.
Dude. It's I'm going to send it to you.
Please.
They've been releasing stuff because, like, TikTok. So they release sped up versions now, and they release only vocal versions now in case somebody wants to take a bit of it and make them a bunch of money.
Wow.
It's the world we live in. You told me about what you thought about the structure. I 100% agree with you. I feel like it's flip-flopped, kind of backwards. Because you want to put the hard shit in first, and sure, low is in the front, but it's like you should have loaded that up with a bunch of other hard shit. Then I also want to say it's way too fucking long, dude. Oh my God, it's way too
23
long.
23 songs.
23 tracks, an hour and 8 minutes? Give me a goddamn break, bro.
I need some popcorn. That's a feature presentation, my dudes.
I shit you not. It's so fucking long. And I look, when people come back from really long hiatuses, they tend to release hiatus. There it is. They tend to release stupidly long albums. But if you're going to release a stupidly long album, which brings me to my least favorite part, you know what? Yeah. You go first. I'm going to need some time. I'm going to need some
I got you. Build it up. So I got plenty of least favorite parts for you.
So I say I'm going to have to I got a long
Number
list,
one.
So you go first.
Number one. I think that SZA has figured out this thing that she does, these vocal run thing that she does, that she leans back on, that she knows people will fucking buy. And I'm going to give you another example of this. Post Malone uses his vibrato yelling thing every song like it's formulaic. Because why? Why? Because you're going to fucking buy it. That's exactly why. And SZA's doing it on this album so much that it makes it feel like a run-on sentence. It makes it feel like, I don't know if it's intentional because of the album, like the album theme, you know, being stuck in water or whatever, but it feels like sometimes you're listening like it's just flowing on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? And I'm like, is this still the same song? Am I listening to a different song now? Like, wait, that's not a new, it's not, I don't know. Like, one thing, it's one thing to, keep doing the same thing. And I don't think that's what she's doing. I don't think I don't think she's continuously doing the same thing and like making the same song. But I think the reason why it sounds like that is because she's falling back on the same motifs, the same musical motifs that she's using. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't help, dude. I don't think that helps, bro. But that doesn't help me, but that doesn't hurt her. You know what I mean? I guess. If that makes any sense. Because there are people out there that will fucking buy that shit, dude. No problem. But
I agree, and I don't, in a way where it's like, I think that's just how she sings, but I feel like nowadays we live in social media world where you do the thing that people like over and over and over again, and it makes you money until you don't want to do it anymore, or until they stop buying it, and then you do something new. And I feel like someone with that level of, I guess I'm agreeing with you 100%, that someone with this much talent shouldn't be leaning on shit, regardless of whether it's a good thing to do or not for your fan base, or because of it's the time period that we're in. But she's our age or younger. So it's like, that's what they do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, dude, do you remember Child's Play, SZA song with Chance?
100%, yeah.
Do you know how good that song, the entirety of that song sounds? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That kind of like, I feel like supports my whole thesis here. Like she knows what to do. Like she knows the hard work that is required to put into to make something new out of what she has, or something that is more interesting out of what she has, not something that will sell more. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't know. It's also hard to tell because it's like we're not in the studio, so it's
True.
like I know she's put in a shit ton of work on this, and it's been very obvious from seeing a lot of the stuff she's released about the production of the album. I know she's been fighting tooth and nail to get this shit out. It wasn't supposed to come out. It wasn't supposed to come out when it came out. It was supposed to come out before COVID, and then COVID happened. And, now we're 3 years later.
Wow.
And she's still just sitting on some of these tracks, still making new tracks. She's been working her ass off. But it's like, that doesn't mean... I just feel like there's this idea of what something should sound like now. And I think that's something that we're going to have to swallow, pause, resume, that we're just like literally going to have to choke on. You know what I mean? Like, we have an idea of what the world sounds like.
Yeah.
And we love that idea. It's kind of the same way with our parents' generation, where they're like, we love what we love, and this new generation loves deluxe albums. They love hearing the same kind of thing over and over again. They love the same shit until they get tired of it, and then they toss it, like the Andy meme. You know what I'm saying?
Oof.
That's just the world.
I feel that.
So, did you have more least favorite parts before I start my my tirade?
Yeah. Least favorite parts. The structure really is a big problem for me. I feel like if you want people, I don't know, man. It's hard knocking shit because the artist put so much fucking work into shit, but at the same time, it's like she has like a record label that's like also pushing her to make decisions and shit, and it's like, I don't know. My last thing I'm gonna say is that I don't know. Like, does this album sound better than the last one? Does this album sound better than Z? Does it sound better than Control? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just end it with that.
I don't think it does. No.
I don't think it does either, man.
Not because of a lack of effort, not because of a lack of talent, not because of a lack of anything other than, I think it's just a product of the times, man. I genuinely do.
Yeah.
So my least favorite parts here,
Give it to me.
I wrote in all caps, the goddamn length.
Oh my God, dude.
There's no reason she should drop an album this long. There's no reason anyone should ever put out an album this long.
No.
The only album that's this long that I'm comfortable with is Frank Ocean's Blonde. And even that album,
it's like 100
took
different
a few
albums.
years for me to fully get. It took a long time for me to fully absorb that album.
That shit is like the rainbow.
It's a lot going on, and it's not. There's not a lot of heavy beats. We're not being hit over the head with a lot of the same thing, which brings me to the lyrics. So the lyrics here. Look, man, I am 100% in support of people feeling how they feel.
Man,
and I support people being, it's like you can support the strong person, and there is also merit in, and it's like people think when to be a supporter of women, you have to only think of women in power suits and being, CEOs. And it's like, no, like stay-at-home wives are people with feelings. And, if you want to feel a certain way, you can feel however the fuck you want in this world we live today. That being fucking said,
say it.
It gets to be a bit goddamn much at a certain point. Hearing somebody complain about relationships.
Yeah.
The entire album is built on being upset about relationships.
Worries.
The whole thing is a breakup album. And I was talking to my friend recently, and she was like, look, man, I totally get being in your feelings for a few tracks. But look, I went and did the research after she said that, because she's like, I get being in your feelings for a few tracks, but at a certain point, you come out of the hole, and you start making positive music, you show that there's growth, right?
Right.
So we get to the song Far, and she shows some character development. She's talking about how, now she's like growing, and how, she doesn't want to be in the same spot anymore, and how she wants to break free of this, feeling that she's been feeling, and she wants to grow.
Yes.
My nigga, that's track 18. Track 18.
Yes, bro. That's what I'm saying, dude. The thing feels like two fucking different albums, and the first album ends at Gone Girl. Like it's so weird, man. For real, bro.
I don't know though. Even still, because she's on the hard track, she's still talking about being sad and being pushed around, and my nigga. So here's a lyric that I pulled out. Because after she gets to Far, she's like, oh, we've made it out of this hole. We're no longer being, dependent on someone else solely for my happiness. And she's like, I have my own thing going on. I think she even said, me. I'm doing good on Far, right? I love it. I'm like, finally, some positivity. This is good. And then we get to Open Arms 2 songs later. 2 songs later, we're back in the fucking slums.
Back down.
She literally says, but please put a leash on me. Anyway, who needs self-esteem anyways? I hate myself to make you stay. Push me away, but I'll be right here with open arms. My nigga, what the fuck is that?
Right. Well,
what the fuck? Like, what is that, dog? How am I supposed to feel empowered?
Yeah, man.
And not that she always needs to be empowering people. I'm sorry. Not that she always
No,
needs to be
dude, go ahead,
people.
bro. Go do it.
You don't always have to be empowering people, but after 22 fucking songs of being down in the dumps, if you get to track 18 and start a character arc of development, you need to keep going up, my nigga. You don't need to go back down into the fucking slums and talk about put a leash on me. Who needs self-esteem? My nigga, like, come on, bro.
We're talking about storytelling wise.
Fuck.
Like, if you're trying to make a story, an album usually has, with songs, with music, they have form. You know what I mean? And usually you want to have a rising action climax, and then a falling action and everything like that. But it felt all over the place, man. And I hate that shit like this would happen to her to make her feel like this too. You know what I mean? I hate that anything like that would happen to anybody to make them feel like that. But just like I said with the Kenny Mason shit, so I'm trying to say, like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, I had a problem with one of his songs that I actually liked, and it was too depressing. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard listening to shit about worrying. And it sounds so pretty at the same time too. It's oxymoronic. It's hard to resolve in your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I have a thing with lyrics where I don't hear them until like late. I mean, like I'll listen to the songs over and over and over again, and I won't hear the lyrics until like the fourth or fifth listen.
Yeah.
And I heard the lyrics, man. I was pissed. I was like, God damn it. I was pissed. I mean, dog, like, and I wrote this down, and this is what I'm going to close with. Someone this impactful on young people's lives should have more than one empowering song on a 22-track album.
Yes,
and I feel like an hour and 8 minutes being used in this way was a little unfair, especially with someone who I look up to like this. It's like I look up to her musically, and I'm like, I don't know. And she didn't ask for that.
Right.
She didn't ask for people to look up to her. That's not her fucking problem. This is my problem, and this is why we started a goddamn show.
That was kind of yeah.
So
that's actually kind of a part of one of my takeaways about the album, but we'll get to that.
That's where we're at. What's your takeaway? What'd you get from the album, man?
Well, I mean, I do want to say that, like, I'm not going to do the whole disclaimer thing again, but the album is good. You know what I mean? The album's not bad. The problem that we have is that we want more, and we know that it's not that we want more, but like, we've heard her old stuff, and
we started listening at Z.
Yeah, she set the bar high for herself. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you go back and listen to some of her old stuff, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. You know what I mean? We're not sitting here bashing SZA like it takes a lot of work to do work like that, with your spirit and yourself and your life and shit. But like, we're just, dude, being a critic sucks sometimes, but hey, we got to exist, right?
I don't think I'm even criticizing, my nigga. I'm not going to hold you. I'm saying, like, No. This is review. This is a review, dog. If I was criticizing, I would be talking shit. I don't think I'm talking shit.
No, yeah.
I think what I'm saying is, like, this is like, and I'm not even giving, advice. I'm just saying what I feel about this shit. I'm reviewing.
Yeah, no.
Because I think, like, I think if I was critiquing it, I'd be on her nuts. But I'm like, dog, like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. They're just things that don't make any goddamn sense to me on this album.
Yeah,
that I deeply wanted to like. And I still do like it, but now that I've heard it for what it is, I'm like, God damn, I don't know. I don't know if I can listen to that. Now, now that I'm consciously listening to it and I can hear the lyrics, I'm like,
what is the listener really receiving? What happens at the end of the hour and 8 minutes to their, what experience have they been brought through? You know what I mean? And I don't know.
A traumatic one.
What? Structurally for our shit right now, though, how are we doing? Have we went over everything? I feel like we have. Like, are we ready to do takeaways? I haven't said what I got
from it. Yeah, that was everything.
All right, well, I feel like I still. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll let you go with your takeaway because I still haven't given my real takeaway. My takeaway is like just like you said, she didn't ask for us to be like fans like that for of her. You know what I mean? Being an artist and creating things musically or otherwise, it's like, this is my takeaway. This is what I gathered. It's like a great form of expression to express things that even you yourself would be. It's things that you don't even want to express. When you start creating things, something happens to your brain and you work through things that you didn't even know you wanted to work through. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think that it's kind of like it does a good job thematically with sounding like a reflection of trying to deal with oneself, you know? So, yeah, that's my takeaway. How about you, bro?
No, I definitely feel that. I kind of feel the same way, to be completely honest. And it's showed me that I've grown a lot more than I have realized. Because I was listening to it, and I wouldn't have been disturbed by this in the past.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought
it
twice.
It showed me that I've... Say it again.
Wouldn't have thought twice.
No, I don't think so. I think it would have just been another song. You know, I'm definitely more conscious of what I'm listening to and what I'm intaking in life, what I'm taking in, and I feel like it's important to be aware of what you're putting into your system, and be thoughtful of what you're absorbing, and I don't know. It's part of why I've stopped listening to a lot of shit that I've listened to, and I love SZA. As an artist, I don't know her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess what I took away from it is that I've grown a lot, because a younger me would have been comforted by this album in a way that's like I would have been going through the same thing she's going through, where it's like this, I guess, level of desperation for love, or a level of desperation for this, or a level of desperation for that. And I'm not desperate for fucking anything at all anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And some people would call that, I guess, complacency, but I call it comfort. I'm really happy right now with how my life is. So I guess, I don't know, that's what I've taken from it. I've grown, and I'm happy with what I've grown into. Not saying that there's a right or wrong. There's just different, and I've grown into something different. Not saying that she's wrong for feeling the way she does, but I feel like it's like weeds. You don't say whether they're growing correctly. You just know that they've grown.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I guess that's my final takeaway.
That's cool too. That's fire. Yeah, that actually, I see why you would say, meshes with what I said. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting that we both had our favorite songs from the album are both the same, and we both kind of walked away with the same sort of like a different idea than we would have in the past. You know what I mean? In the same sort of stratosphere too. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I listened to this the amount that I've listened to it, because I've listened to it a lot. Just because I'm pissed about the lyrics, I'm pissed about the length of it. The closeness between hate and love are like real tight, man.
Yeah.
Can't hate something if you don't love it. So
true.
Yeah, that's everything I got, man.
Yeah.
Final comments, shout outs.
Oh yeah, shout outs galore.
Shout it out.
I've been thinking about shout outs all fucking week, dude. I'm excited to shout out a couple of things and tell you about a couple of things.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. Number one, I'm gonna bring it back to last week. I got every chance I got, I mentioned Pink Sifu and Gumbo. That album.
God, yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I'm shouting out that album because that fucking album is fire as fuck. And the deluxe. I'm shouting out the deluxe specifically because we talked about that shit last week. Yeah. And I'm saying it because so you release the album and then you realize that everybody likes that vibe that you made on that album. But you have like 6 extra songs that goes along with that vibe. Fuck it. I'll release a deluxe. And then that deluxe does well with those people. Hey, can't be mad at that deluxe, dude.
Can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it.
My next shout out is for Knowledge. Knowledge's Bandcamp, Knox. If anybody doesn't know, no worries. Anderson .Paak and Knox, the producer Knowledge. His Bandcamp. He just came out with like a new like tape that has like Drake remixes on there. And
oh shit, I'm here for that.
Yeah, dude, it's super good. I want to give a shout out to the past couple of episodes. Well, a few episodes this year that have come out, or last year that have come out, of Therapy Gecko. He had Zach Fox on an episode.
Ooh, yeah.
And he also had Tim Heidecker on an episode, and both of those episodes are really fucking good.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. And then last but not least, I'm shouting out Yerba Mate, the drink by Guayaki. That shit is fire.
I missed literally that whole. What did you say?
It's a drink called Yerba Mate. You can find it in
you're shouting out the herbs?
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Yerba, dude. That shit is like a fucking energy drink, but better. It's like coffee and tea. But coffee, but not coffee or tea. It's great. So those are my shout outs of the week.
If you have heart problems or
yeah. It has I mean it's the obvious stuff. It's the obvious stuff that goes along with anything like that, it's
an energy drink. So if you haven't heard of it before and are about
do
to
your
go
research.
Buy some, do your research. Yeah. Make sure you don't have a heart attack. Because they are strong.
They are strong. It's organic though. Yeah. Anyways,
my shout outs: Strawberry Louis Vuitton by Vic Mensa featuring Thundercat and Maita.
Oof.
Vic Mensa is back, bro. Vic Mensa.
I think he's making a comeback, dude.
I sure hope so, man. And I haven't been on Vic since Orange Soda, man. Like, it's been a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had that one joint off of the autobiography joint. Didn't I say, didn't I? That shit
where he's in the plane?
Crazy. That shit went crazy, bro. Yes. Loved it. And I've been actually throwing it back recently. I don't know if you've heard of you remember Kali Uchis way back in the day. You remember Por Vida? It was produced all by Tyler.
Oh yeah.
I've been listening to that. That was back in the college days.
Oh yeah, you used to play that a bunch.
Oh man, all day, dude. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And also Church by BJ the Chicago Kid, featuring Chance.
Oh,
I've been back in that bag deep.
Oh man, what a song! What a song, bro!
Oh my gosh, it's just it's a good song.
Wow.
And then I'm also gonna say the one that I've been really on recently. It's kind of boppy. I know I haven't been really listening to rap a lot, but TikTok by Young Thug is just. It's a bopper, dude. I love that fucking song.
It's a bopperoni.
So, bopperoni, dude. 10 out of 10 on the bop scale.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So,
Fuck
that's
bro.
all my shout outs.
Yeah. Sorry, mine were as music related.
Huh?
Mine weren't as music related as yours.
Yeah, this nigga said, "Shout out your mate."
He's like, probably, what the fuck is this nigga doing?
Hey, bro, I'm with it. Shout out whatever you want, my nigga. Shout out whatever you want, bro. Shout out to shout outs, G.
Shout out to me.
On God. Final comments? Anything else you want to say, man? Before we go to the moment of silence?
Yo, fucking love yourself. Lobe yourself. Not loathe, though. Don't loathe yourself. Lobe yourself, though.
With a B.
Not too much, though. Don't do it too much.
Yeah, don't overlobe.
Nigga, you don't deserve all that. Don't overlobe.
Underlobe yourself.
Yeah.
Overlobe. Yeah.
Equilibrium yourself.
Equilibrium. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I got nothing.
Sweet.
So, moment of silence?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it, dude.
Cool. All right. Let's start. Let's start it now.
Begin. Wow.
I'm never going to stop it. I will never stop the moment of silence, bro. It will always be your job to stop it, bro.
And I always forget. And then I remember, like, towards the end, I'm like, oh, shit, I have to stop this. It's going to go on forever.
My sole job is starting them. I will never stop them. Well, shout out to everybody who listened, man. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you and your earlobes. We are available on the YouTube, and Spotify, and Apple Music.
Apple Boobic.
Apple Boobic.
Apple Boobic. Yeah.
Already. So yeah, that's a wrap. That's a riggedy.
Go lobe yourselves.
Lobe.